This Live Twin 2-card combo can actually Chaos Max lock your opponent. Yo, what's up, my bubbly boys? Back here in our video. As per usual, I hope you guys having an amazing day. Today, I'm going to showcase you guys a combo that I've discovered with this deck that can actually Chaos Max lock your opponent turn 1 while also setting up a full Live Twin board, which is absolutely insane. So in today's video, I'm not only going to be showcasing you guys the deck list, but I'm also be going to showcase you guys a replay to show you guys how this Chaos Max lock is supposed to work and how you're supposed to do it, right? So yeah, before we get started, don't forget to like and subscribe. We're trying to reach 5,000 subscribers, so if you're ready, please consider doing so. I greatly appreciate it. And yeah, let's hop right into it. So for the Chaos Max lock specifically, you need at least one of the regular key skills. So that's why we're maxing out here 3 key skill and 3 snitch. And then you also need access to your Shining Sarcophagus engine. So either one of these two, either your Dark Magician girl or the Future Silence to grab it. Okay? And yeah, so for the Live Twin starters, you're playing 3 of each of the Snitch and the Key Skill, because Snitch can basically grab you Key Skill. And then you also have 1 Frost. 1 Frost, just because of the fact you want to minimize those normal summons. You don't want to draw too many normal summons in the deck, because you're already running a ton here, plus the Lacrima and the Lurry if you need to normal summon them. So you need to minimize drawing those normal summons as much as possible. So I'm only running 1 Frost here. Plus, Frost doesn't fully turn on that combo, if that makes sense, right? And then after that, you have 1 Lila. Okay, just as an engine requirement. But most of the time, you're probably not going into this. Most of the time, off the key skill, if you're doing the lock, you're going for the suite here, okay? Next, you have 3 Engraver, 1 Tracked, 1 Lacrimal, 1 Lurry. This is pretty standard. You have, for your Shining Sarcophagus engine, you're playing the 3 Dark Magician Girl with the Future Silence, and then 1 Shining Sarcophagus. And then, of course, usually what you're grabbing off the Shining Sarcophagus is Dark Magician, the Magician of Black Magic. So basically, in this version, you are not grabbing Gandora, okay? You're not going for a Zombie Vampire or stuff like that. No, you're grabbing a Dark Magician here. And Dark Magician is extremely important here just because of the fact that it needs for Secrets of Dark Magic, which is the card that we are running to grab off of Dark Magician of Destruction. This is how we Chaos Max lock our opponent. In order to ritual summon on our opponent's turn, we need to actually tribute 1 Dark Magician or 1 Dark Magician Girl, in which basically the Dark Magician Girl will be banished. So we really can't use this, so we need to use Dark Magician, okay? So this becomes Dark Magician, sorry, while it's on the field. So this is perfect. This is a perfect way to grab our to use our Secrets of Dark Magic to our advantage, right? So yeah, and then after that, you also have basically the rest of the deck is non-engine except for the bricks in the deck, okay? So you have 1 Callby, 3 Ash. This is supposed to out Fua, 3 Fua, 2 Imperm, 2 Bell, 3 Droplet. And then for the engine requirements, you have Secrets of Dark Magic, of course. So you're not running Gazing Tamice in this build. You're actually running Secrets of Dark Magic. Chaos Max, of course, if you're locking your opponent with using Chaos Max, you need to actually be running it. You also have Water Leviathan at Ignister. So this is one of the many, well, one of the few Cyber's Ritual monsters that you actually use in the deck, right? Because of the fact that you're running Code Ignister. So basically, oh, Code Igniter, my bad. So Code Igniter, if you don't know what it does, is a ranked 4 that basically on summon searches a Cyber's Ritual monster from your deck to your hand. This is very important because you're going to need the Cyber's Ritual in order to go ahead and you have a target for Ashlyn. If you don't know what Ashlyn does, it reveals a Ritual monster from your hand, and then after that, it grabs another Ritual monster from your deck that has a different type and attribute from the monster you revealed. So basically, with Water Leviathan being a Water Cybers, it can perfectly and easily grab off of Ashlyn Chaos Max, okay? So basically, you go Code, grab Water Leviathan, and then add Ashlyn, reveal the Water Leviathan, and then grab the Chaos Max. Reason why we're running Water Leviathan. So it needs to be a different type and attribute. So we cannot be running things like Cyber's Magician or Cyber Sage. Cyber Sage is actually pretty insane because it actually, I believe it adds, no, it fusion summons from the grave. My bad. So this is actually pretty nice for probably the Fiendsmith stuff if you wanted to. but you're probably not gonna be wanting to banish from grave anyways. But it's a decent utility, but it's a dark monster, so you can't do that. This is also dark. This is also dark. But I don't all these rituals here. Water Leviathan probably has the most usage because if you don't know already, Secrets of Dark Magic can actually ritual summon any ritual monster as long as you're using Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl as the tribute. Okay, so you can pretty much summon any any ritual monsters that you can summon on your opponent's turn if you wanted to. Water Leviathan at Ignister as well, and this has the most relevant effect being that when it's ritual summoned, you can return all monsters your opponent controls with 2300 or less attack to the hand. And it also has some other effects or whatever. It doesn't that the really other all the other effects don't really matter. I mean, it shuffles all your links from your graveyard back to your deck. I mean, which is maybe useful, but the main like usage for this is probably bouncing a bunch of monsters your opponent controls to the hand. Doesn't really come up against things like Draco Tail though, but it comes up with things like Yummy stuff like that, which is actually really nice. So next after that, for the extra deck, you're running one Requiem, one Sequence, one Agnum Day, one Lacrima for the Fiendsmith engine. Of course, you're also running the Necroquip and Caesar. And yeah, we're gonna go Kisko Deal. We also have Kisko, Lila, Trouble Sunny, and then you have a Balku. This is the only right artwork. This is the correct artwork you should be running. I will not I do not care what anybody else says. And then of course for the Chaos Max, you need 4 slots in order to be able to do this. So you need Code Igniter, my bad. You need Ashlyn, you need Magistus Chorozu. So the live tunes can actually make Chorozu just because of the fact that Lila Sweet is a spellcaster, and she does not lock you into fiends unless you summon her from the grave. If you summon her from the grave using her effect, she locks into fiends. But if you summon her from the deck off of something like Kiskill, she's not locking you into fiends. So if you go ahead and go for your deal and then deal grabbing Requiem, then going to grab Lacrima, and you equip the Requiem to the Lacrima, you can then send the Requiem plus the Sweet in order to go into Chorozu. Chorozu then again can go ahead and go into a rank 4 using the Lacrima and the Chorozu into Code Igniter, which basically helps you do that sort of Chaos Max combo. And of course, you have Dark Magician Destruction making this all possible, okay? The side deck doesn't really matter here. I really like having Gandor G in the side because you usually want to side this out for the Dark Magician because most of the time you're not doing the lock going second. You're not going to be doing the lock going second. Trust me. So I really like using Gandor as sort of like a board breaker. So that's why I'm running Gandor on the side instead of the Dark Magician side. We could switch those two out, right? So yeah, now that we're done with the deck, let's decide the deck. Doesn't really matter at all. You can really pretty much run anything you want to. This is just an example side deck, but you can really pretty much just run it however you want to, depending on what you're expected to see. And yeah, let's go on to the replay and I'll show you guys how this combo is supposed to work. All right, quick side note, I forgot to mention, while I was actually recording the combo portion for today's video, and I totally forgot to realize that you don't need to summon out the Sweet off of the key skill in the 2-card combo. Alrighty, welcome to the combo portion of today's video. Today I'm going to showcase you guys the 2-card combo, including a live twin and a access to the Gold Sarcophagus engine. So in this case, we have Sunny Snitch and Dark Magician Girl. So yeah, let's hop right into it. So we're gonna go ahead and go normal activate this here. We're gonna grab key skill. In which case we'll go ahead and normal summon key skill, activate the effect. We're summoning the Sweet here. Okay? As you can tell from the deck profile, like I said, you need Sweet here in order to actually be able to go for Chorozu. Okay? So you need to go ahead and go to deal, send Lila, doesn't really matter, just protection for your life things later on. We are then going to go ahead and go into Requiem. And then Requiem is then going to activate the effect, summoning out the Lacrima. Lacrima is then going to activate, sending Engraver. Okay? I mean, and then after that, we're going to go into Lacrima here. We could actually go for the Dark Magician Girl here, and then use the effect in order to go ahead and grab Shining Sark. We're going to go activate Shining Sark. Shining Sark is going to grab Dark Magician here. Now, of course, in this case, we would actually have to go for Dark Magician Destruction to grab the Secrets of Dark Magic, but we already have it in hand. In this case, we actually have it in hand. But for this, for the sake of the combo, I'm showcasing what you would do. So normally you don't draw this, of course. So you're gonna grab the Secrets of Dark Magic, right? So next, after that, you're gonna go into Chorozu. And next after that, you're gonna go into Code Igniter. Okay, Code Igniter then grabs the Water Dragon. And then we're gonna go also into Ashland. So Ashland basically was specifically a list. It requires 2 monsters with different types and attributes. So we can't use the Sweet and Code Igniter in order to go into Ashland. So we need to use the Engraver here. So we're gonna go use the Engraver plus that. The Code Igniter to go into Ashland. Ashland will reveal the Water Leviathan, and it's gonna grab the Chaos Max. Okay. Next, after that, you can go ahead and actually we could go ahead and go into a full Lifetime combo now. So we're gonna go into Lila, summon back Keyskill, summon back Lila, and then after that we could go ahead and go into Trouble Sunny, summon back the 2 twins. And next after that, you're gonna use the Twins effect. So, draw a card. We're not going to destroy a card here, of course. And next after that, we can go into Sweet here effect now. Can special summon itself. And next after that, we could go ahead and go for our Sequence here. Sequence will then go ahead and give us our Caesar access. So shuffling back the Lacrima plus the Requiem. Summoning out the Lacrima. Summon back the Engraver. Special it here. If you want to be a big greedy here, I mean, at this point, you might as well. You go link it to a Baoku here. Then after that, you could go equip the Sequence to the Engraver. And then after that, go into Necro. Now, if you had an additional monster in hand, other than these 3, then you would actually go for the discard here in order to draw an additional card. But in this case, we don't. We actually need all 3 of these here. So in this case, we're just going to go into Caesar. And after that, we're going to use a Baoku's effect, discard Imperm, banish it, and then after that, we're going to go ahead and summon out the Trouble Sunny. Okay? Next, after that, finally, we get to summon out the Dark Magician, so that way we can make it become Dark Magician, for example. Basically, while it's on the field, it becomes his name becomes Dark Magician, so that's why we needed to summon it. And we're going to leave that on board here, and set the secret to Dark Magic, set the droplet or whatever, and pass turn. So 2-card combo here. And immediately in draw phase, we're going to go ahead and go Secrets of Dark Magic. Is then going to summon out our Black Chaos using the Water Leviathan and the Dark Magician. And we're summon the Chaos Max. Chaos Max should be itself. And our opponent is locked out on monster effects. Gotta love it. So our opponent is pretty much screwed here. Because we also still have... even if he somehow can play through no monster effects at all, I mean, we still have all our other live twin interruptions that we could possibly have and need for us here. So yeah, it's honestly great here. So yeah, I'm just gonna end this replay here because of the fact that he goes skill trade. Of course he does. But yeah, we're gonna end this replay here, and yeah, let's go on to the replay portion of today's video and show you guys how this combo is supposed to be able to be done in action. Alrighty, welcome to the replay portion of today's video. Today's video, we're going to be showcasing a match against a Dino player, actually. So yeah, this is post-side, by the way. But basically, we're going first here, and we're going to go ahead and go normal summon Keyskill. He's going to go Ashes. Doesn't matter, because we still can go ahead and grab the Sweet. We're going to go ahead and go Dark Magician Girl, and then go ahead and grab the Shining Star. So that kind of like... So doing that here specifically. So basically what he did was, he went to Ash the live twin Keyskill, so we didn't have really access to summoning the Sweet from our decks. That we can't use it for a Chirozu material. So it kind of makes this combo a little bit more awkward, but you could still do this with something like Dark Magician Girl, the Magician's Apprentice, which is insane because it's also, just so you know, it's a spellcaster. So very nice here. We're gonna go ahead and go Shining Sark, grab Dark Magician. Now that we use the spell, we could go ahead and go into Dark Magician Construction, grabbing Secrets. We're going to go and summon out the Sweet, go into Requiem, go into Lacrima, and then Lacrima send Engraver. We're then going to go Snitch, grab Keyskill. Basically, this is just Substitute. It's supposed to be like playing through that hand trap that he used here. This is still a 2-card combo though, which in previous combo I showed you guys before. But in this combo, basically, we got interrupted in a way that would make this combo a little bit more awkward. So I'm showcasing you guys basically an example hand you can have in order to play through that certain hand shot they may be using, right? So next after we can summon out Engraver, we're gonna go into Lila, and then after that, Sawi, we're no longer a Fiend block. We could go ahead and equip the Requiem to the Lacrima and then go into Chirozo. And then after we're gonna go into Code Igniter. Code Igniter grabs the Leviathan. We're gonna go then into Ashlyn. Ashlyn grabs the Chaos Max. And we basically have all the materials that we need in order to go for the Chaos Max here. So now we could go ahead and go just full Life combo. Lila some back, Kisiko some back Lila, going to Trouble Sunny, something back to 2 twins. Skill is going to draw here. We're going to go into sequence. Swim back to someone out Lacrima. Lacrima summons back to Engraver. Go into Caesar, go into a Bow effect, discard, summon out. And since I had a Kisiko in hand, I could pretty much just discard the Leviathan if I wanted to. And yeah, we're going to summon out the Dark Magician here, so that way its name becomes Dark Magician, and then pass turn here. We're going to go draw phase, go into Magician of Black Chaos, and then after that, our opponent is done here. We're going to tribute the Magician of Black Chaos, and our opponent is officially locked out of monster effects. They cannot do anything that has to do with activating a monster effect. So they basically lose the game from there. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll be seeing you guys next time. Peace.